Hey guys, Anime West Reacts. Here, this is going to be a reaction to UQ Holder chapter 175. So, starting off the chapter pretty much with Toda falling from the sky. So, we are in March 2131, Nigeria, Gulf of Guinea Earthport. So, yeah, some people being like, hey, what's that? Someone says, oh man, it's not a dead body, is it? No, look, he's moving, he's alive. So Toad's like, what? Where am I? Who am I? And it's 43 years later. The chapter is titled 2131. Toad's like, that's a tall tower, why is it broken? As we can see, the tower is now destroyed. So we've gone 4 months later. Toda is now working as seemingly like a engineering type guy, or like, I forget what you call him, but fixed construction worker type thing. So he's like, phew. Someone says, hey Toda. So this guy's name is Akeem. So Akeem says, we're calling it early today. See, sandstorm's coming. And Toda says, whoa, that's a big one. Bah. So yeah, his name is Toyota. So someone says, yo Toyota, earning more money today, eh? He says, sure am. And then someone says, where do you get all that energy? It must be nice being young. And then, yeah, these nameless guys. So one guy says, well, you finally gonna join us for drinks today? And another dude, an older guy in the back, says, he's a kid, you can't ask him to go drinking. Toyota says, sorry man, I'm saving my money. Yeah. So yeah, I guess the boss guy says, well, here's your wages for today. Toyota says, oh, that's a lot of money. The boss says, now I just deduct your rent, brokerage fees, insurance, and here. And he's like, And he's like, after all that, this is all I get. Boss says, don't complain, son, that's pretty high pay. So we got Toda walking with Akeem. He says, good grief, but it's not like I can just go without food. I'm a long way from my dream. And Akeem says, what are you talking about? You worked 3 days straight without a bite, and you were as spry as ever. When I heard about it, thought you must be immortal. Akeem says, so what's this dream of yours? Toyota says, it's over there where we work. As soon as that tower's up again, I want to climb to the top of it. Akeem says, what? But that's just a train for rich people, isn't it? And Akeem says, why would you want to go up there? And Toyota says, why? Good question. So yeah, his dream from before he forgot, it's still there, even though he doesn't remember like why he wants to do it. So Akeem says, hey, you can't help it if you lost your memories. Just take things one day at a time. You'll remember something sooner or later. And Toyota says, thanks, Akeem. And this says, see you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. So he goes to sleep. He's like, why do I want to go up there? So he's like laying in bed thinking like, why do I want to go up the tower? He's just like, as he's like starting to fall asleep, he's just thinking, I just feel like I have to. Can't shake this sense of urgency. And so as he was like about to fall asleep, you see he starts like remembering stuff. So you see Shinobu and Mizore, Yukihime, all the guys at UQ Holder, and he breaks out in sweat. And he's like, I And then he's like holding his face, looks at the calendar, July 2131. He's like, 2131, it's been 43 years. And so now he remembers. He's like, I remember I'm not Toyota, I'm Tota Konoe. And he's like, where is everyone? What happened? So we go back in time to July 2088, Japan. Yuki Holder's hideout, Senkyokan, 43 years ago. So we got Donna saying, alright, if you can't cancel this, you can say goodbye to your bedroom. Orania Phlogosis or something like that. Day 72 of training. So yeah, he's trying to block this like massive fireball that Donna's throwing at him. He uses Mars album, White of Mars, and stops it. And so Yukihime says, I'm impressed. Now see if you can cancel this. And then she does her chant. And says, yeah, she just does her chant thing. Bleh. I'm not gonna say. And Tota's like, Sable side stick. And he says, right, transform. Incest exorcism replica. Blah. So it turns into like a giant sword. It's pretty cool. So Yukihime uses Thousand Year Ice Flower. Tota uses Mars album, and then you just see in the back Yukihime's like spell goes off. There's like a giant, basically what equivalent to a glacier that shoots off across the ocean, which then just immediately evaporates, and Tota seems to have either dodged it or shattered it. Something. And someone says, wow, Tota, that was amazing, really amazing. You canceled 100 out of 100 spells. You're totally combat ready. And someone says, honestly, nothing's gonna stop you in battle. All his friends are praising him for being able to like stop 100 out of 100 spells. He's like, well, Yukihime, I'd say we're all set, wouldn't you? And she says, indeed. Now we finally have a weapon that can defeat Yaldabaoth. And so he says, and she says, what's wrong? And it's like, you're right that we got a weapon, but we never did find a way to save Grandpa and the others, did we? And so Tota says, you searched all of his workshops, right? And she says, everyone that we know about, we didn't find anything. And Yukihime says, but we can't sacrifice the future of all mankind to save Boya. And we're out of time. This was always my plan, and it's what he wanted. We'll kill them both together. That's what I intend to do. Tota says, yeah, I know, but I'm not giving up yet. And she says, I know, alright. Blah. So then everybody's like, I guess she announces this marks the end of our weeks of training. We'll have Kyrie take us off loop and use the 3 days we have left to get ready for our journey. Tonight we celebrate. So yeah, then 3 days before departure, got Tota and Kumaru like packing their stuff. 2 days before departure, they go and visit the graves, or him and Yukihime. The day before, we got Santa noticing something. He says, it's this, and then Yukihime says, what is it, Santa? And Santa says, yes, well, I was just looking through Saiko's old things and I found this. And Yukihime says, research associate. And Tota comes in and says, what's up? And Santa says, Nichan, oh, just stuff. And then it says, Tota's like, okay. And then on the news, says, patients will break out into a high fever, then fall into a coma or trance-like state. The cause of these mysterious symptoms is still unknown, while the case count has risen to 700 or at least 100. No one knows where this disease came from, but we have confirmed that 3 East Asian citizens have experienced cities have experienced an outbreak and are currently under lockdown. And Toad's like, oh, this story, I think I heard about it before we started training. Do you think it's going to be okay? And then says, I don't know, it's spreading pretty fast. So yeah, it's like, but oh well, we got other things basically like, it's like it's spreading pretty fast, but oh well, we have to focus on getting ready for the battle, basically. So yeah, need to pack, we're leaving tomorrow. And Toad's like, let's let the important Earth people handle Earth problems. I guess that's what Santa says, and Toad's like, yeah, good point. So the day of departure, got all this stuff, and then everyone's here. It says, you guys, don't you think you packed too much? And then, yeah, because everyone's got like enough luggage, like they're going away for like years pretty much. It's like suitcases on top of suitcases. So yeah, it's a year-round trip. Okay, so guess that's why they pack so much. And Iku, I think, says, well, you can put everything in the storage app, as I don't need to change clothes. And I guess Kiria is saying it's a year-round trip. You didn't pack enough. Wear your clothes, and then a wash and wear. I don't believe this is what I guess Toda says, like, to just wash the clothes that I'm wearing and then wear them again, basically. Something like that anyway. So Genji, I think is his name, it's Gin something, says you packed light too, master, long as and Jinbei says, as long as I got my smokes, nothing else matters. And yeah, he says, most places in space don't allow smoking, and Jinbei is like, oh yeah. And Kiris is like, oh honestly, the women in every era have always insisted on packing everything but the kitchen sink. So then we got Yukihime coming out, and yeah, everyone's here. Donna says, well, I'll be going to spend some time in my castle. This was fun. And Toad's like, oh, you're not coming with us, master? She says, no, you've had all the training you're going to need. Now it's up to the lot of you to put that training to use. Says, Toda Konoe, don't expect her to help us. Or Nikitas is saying not to expect her to help us because Witch of the Rift, Donna Ananga, monitors several parallel worlds simultaneously. She is a genuine monster. This world can be utterly destroyed and all she'll do is watch it happen, adding it to the count of possible outcomes. And Toda says, I see she's not coming. Then watch this, master. I'm going to show you a happy ending. And she says, good luck with that. Bye. And then she disappears, and then someone says, now then, take care of your journey. We'll hold the fort while you're away. So yeah, everybody just seeing them off. Just like the memory that Toda and the current remembered before whatever happens to him happened to him. They see him like waving to them, and so someone gives him, says, there you go, 4 million yen. Toda's like, what's this for? And then Yukihime says, fare for going up the tower. earned it myself, or Toda gives it to Yukihime the 4 million. Just because when all is said and done, I want it to be me who got me to the top of the tower. And Yukihime's like, alright, I accept, but here, 2,320,000 yen. He's like, huh. So Toda's like, what? Didn't you know you need to, or Yukihime says, didn't you know you need to something? Do your research, blah. Sorry, the words are like super tiny. It's hard to see sometimes. So yeah, she gives him like 2 million back out of his 4 that he gave her. So she says, fare dropped by more than half in the last 2 years. Another 5 or 10 people will be able to go on out to space like they're taking a cheap international flight. So yeah, the fare for like the tower when Toda like learned about it was probably 4 million, and now it's dropped because of time passing and stuff like that. So he's like, oh, okay. My major life goal won't be such a big deal after too long, huh? I guess that's just how progress works. Yukihime said, what's this? Are you depressed now? And he says, nope. It's a good time to be alive. And then Shinobu and Zori are like senpai and Toda-sama. And says, promise you'll come back. Use this year to think long and hard about being the next head of my family. And so yeah, and they leave pretty much, or they get on this shuttle and are off into space. Yeah. So yeah, I got like them running to see them off, the thing shooting the like train kind of thing going off on the tower. Yeah. So yeah, them like reacting to seeing like the world, seeing how things are out in space, stuff like that. And it's like, we made it past the station, that's a new record for me. And it's like, yeah, I'm happy for you, because Toda's just commenting on every little thing pretty much, I guess. And so it's apparently a 3-day trip up the tower, so yeah. 3-day trip to the top of this tower. So yeah, it's like, the 3-day trip to the top, that is a pretty long time. Toda says, yeah. So you get like a layout of the tower basically. So it's like spaceport, geostationary orbit thing, stuff like that. And so it says it's only takes 30 minutes to get to the Leo station, or yeah, get to the Leo station, the one we climbed by foot, but it's a whole 36,000 kilometers to the geostationary orbit station, and even as long as it takes, we're moving faster than a jet. So yeah, they're moving faster than a jet, and it still takes 3 days to get to the station, so that should probably tell you how long it is, I guess. And so yeah, there's a lot of text basically. So yeah, I got them like playing games and stuff. Some of them are sleeping because it's a long time for staying in this car, or in the seat they're in. And Toda says, we're almost there. Yeah. Wake up, Kuramaru. And he says, Toda's like, whoa. There it is, there it is. I can see it. That's the center of the tower, the geostationary orbit state, and then so it says, there's a bunch of lights around it. What are they? There's so many because you see all these like dots basically. And then Yukihime says those are the space fleets that are gathering here from across the globe and they're deploying just as many ships to 4 other stations. The Japanese battleship will be riding it somewhere in there too, so you see all these like little dots and they're just all spaceships pretty much. A space battleship sounds exciting, is what Toda said. So East Asia Geostationary Orbit Station, got all these like basically there's like all these white dots around it which are all just spaceships essentially. So yeah, they finally make it to the station. Kuramaru says, finally made it. Toda's like, I'm at the top of the tower. I mean, I'm not actually at the top, but still. So yeah, finally accomplished his dream of making it up here. And then, yeah, everybody's being downers. So Toad's like, guys, don't be like that. So for Kuramaru and Santa are kind of being downers, and it says, or Yukihime says, first we'll be spending 2 weeks here at Geostationary Orbit Station, or at Geostationary Orbit Station. There. You'll mainly be hearing basic lectures on space travel and cramming your brains with methods for fighting in space and simple spacecraft piloting. Totally roger that. Same with Santa, pretty much the same thing. And Yukihime says, and that's all well and good, but also a minor hiccup I did not foresee. And then she says, and then they entered this room, and everyone's like, look, there's like a big party pretty much. This welcome Yuki Holder, got like confetti and stuff flying everywhere, and Yukihime is just kind of exasperated. Or it took everyone by surprise that they're doing all this, so yeah. So we got Toda saying this is some party, and Yukihime says the Inverse Mars bigwigs said they wanted to throw a party and they wouldn't take no for an answer. And Toda's like, isn't this supposed to be a secret mission? Yukihime says, on Inverse Mars everybody knows about Yalda, and we're pretty famous ourselves. After all, we went around vanquishing armed organizations those few months. Not to mention that you're the great-grandson of Miss Magica's heroes. A lot of important people who have even given money to this operation are at this party. If we want to keep everything copacetic, you need to make the rounds with me. Your grandfather was an expert at this. And Toad's like, okay. And so Yukihime's like, are you tired? And he says, no, I liked it. I got to hear about my grandpa. I guess he really was super famous on Inverse Mars. And then Yukihime like looks at him and then kind of looks away and says, so Toda, what are you going to do when this is all over? Toda says, now that you mention it, when this is over, it's gonna put it into a lot of things. And he says, I know, maybe the first thing I'll do will be to propose to you again. And then he says, haha, just kidding, I'm finally starting to get it now. Marriage and stuff isn't really that important among immortals, is it? As long as you're somewhere out there with a smile on your face, that's good enough for me. So you see her like kind of blush, and he says, anyway, I think I'll just do what I want. And then Yukihime says, yeah, you feel free to do anything to your heart's desire. That would make me happy too. So then we go over to the guy giving Kuramaru and them some drinks. Kuramaru and Kirie say thank you and run into Toda. Toda says, oh, looking good, Kuramaru, very pretty. Kuramaru's like, Prit. And then Kirie's like, see, you need to be more confident. It says, now look down there, you can see the earth. And it says, you're right. That's smaller and less scenic than I would have thought. Yeah. And then Kuramaru says, we are 36,000 kilometers away for the kind of amazing view you're talking about. Well, you'll want to stay at Leo Station, so yeah. If you wanted to get the scenic look at everything, you would have had to stay at the station, basically. So, being farther away from Earth, you won't really notice any kind of details, most likely. So, yeah. And Kirie says that's why the Leo, or LEO, Station Hotel is the most popular space tourist spot. It's cheaper and less of a hassle. And someone says, And then Kuramaru says, oh, what's that light there? And Toda says, says, oh, that's the orbital ring. Must be reflecting the sunlight. Toda says, the geostationary orbital ring goes around the whole Earth. Solar panel is installed there and going there. The solar panels installed there are going a crazy long way to solve Earth's current energy problem. One says, Kirie or Kuramaru say, wow, you know your stuff, a real professor. And then Kuramaru, they notice something, it's like, but that light. And you see like the tip of the thing like explode. Kirie and Kuramaru like, and then suddenly the entire the entire pretty much wing starts exploding, and so Toda's like X, and then Kirie says exploded, or explode. It says it's exploding, and then suddenly Kirie falls over. She's like, falls over. So they're like, Kirie-chan. And Toda says, is that poison? But what in the world? So yeah, someone poisoned Kirie's drink. And then he yells Yukihime, she yells Toda. She starts to yell Tote. And then the entire station pretty much just explodes. Which brings us back to the start of the chapter and how Toda ended up in the predicament he was in, why he was like falling from the sky, or falling through the atmosphere. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe for more anime reaction reviews and manga reviews. Check out the links down below to my Twitter, Twitch, and Discord. Hit that notification bell, and yeah, see y'all later. So yeah, bye.